Is that any better? Oh shit, that's a good point. And turning it down. Okay, how about now? God, I sound awful. Hopefully that's better. Also, one annoying thing that was happening in the last stream is, for some reason, if I want to be able to see chat in the game when you guys talk too fast, I have to turn it off and then back on, because otherwise it will just refuse to scroll down all the way. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, no, I have made new changes to my entire, like, quote-unquote setup. And by changes, I mean I can now switch between things very easily. So one, there's a new transition. Why are you wide? Okay, problem solved. People who are here that or in the last stream may have noticed that my game was weirdly cropped, and that was because game capture was being weird, but I've just decided to put more faith into it now. We'll get to that. But I can now change my scenes at a press of a button. And the reason why that's so important is that means... Actually, I should probably add a specific one for swapping out the window capture in game mode. But anyway, I can now press buttons to go between my scenes. And on top of that, I have an extra scene now for when I need to do things on my computer and I don't want you guys seeing anything that is just this. When I'm trying to do things in the background and just leave you guys alone with your thoughts. As they should be. And see, I'm actually utilizing this right now, because now I'm also pulling up my other two wheels. Because there are two... In fact, I should not have opened the game. I'm closing out Minecraft now, but you can't see it. But I there are two wheels that we still need to spin. One of them being... God, my sinuses are so clogged, this is awful. One of them being the Allomancy wheel, and one of them being the mod wheel. Because when I played last, I didn't realize that I do the mod wheel every 10 days, and I didn't realize that I do the Allomancy wheel every 2, which I did it once before I stopped, you know, over a year and some change ago, and I just hadn't done it again yet. So that's one of the things we get to do. So anyway, we get to go back to here, but instead of doing a game, we do this. I am also going to add... So let me get rid of that as a source for now. I'm going to quickly do some key binding so I can swap between the two sources without having to press anything. So now, I can do it with a press of a button. So, first of all, let's get the Allomancy wheel spin out of the way. No. Okay, I get to push really hard. Now we go to the mod wheel, and I have added a bunch of new mods. And I have a proposal. So we can either keep all of the new mods I added and let it be more interesting, let it be like, oh, we might get something entirely different from what we expect, or if you guys don't like the fact that I added new things, I know where I started adding new things, because I started adding new things at Hemalurgy, so if you don't like that change, I can just unclick or deselect all of the mods that I added. Or if you guys do like it, I can keep it. I'm going to do a proper poll. Babe, I'm a professional. Okay, let me turn the opacity on this up a little bit, if I can. I don't think I can. It would be the Alien Emo mod. Unless that one's not in this Minecraft version, then I have to either pick a different one or find a different one. Anyway, you guys have already voted, so we're gonna end the poll. Ta-da! The game is now in 1.19.2. God, I can't get over how awful I sound right now. Okay, so we're going to keep all of the new mods I added, but I need to make sure I get rid of the ones that have already been added. Like Allomancy, Temperature, Comforts has already been added. Did I take off the Compass Duo from here? Nope, apparently they weren't on here in the first place. Interesting. Is the other one you know of in 1.19.2 or no? Alright, well I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel while I wait for that. Because worst case scenario, if we get something that we can't do, then I simply... Oh, fuck. So this will be one of those 5-day only ones. But you guys now get to give me suggestions for horror mods. I know there's the Cave Dweller. Do we add the Weeping Angels back? Do we have those be an option? Alright. Angels. Hold on, did I have more on my mod wheel? And also, fair warning, I am either sick or my allergies are killing me, so my sinuses are clogged. But you know, I just... Basically, the gist of this is I spin a wheel, and depending on what that wheel says, I have to adhere to that in my game. So, for instance, what just happened is every 10 days, which, another thing, after day 50, which is what the game is currently on, I have to add a new mod every 5 days instead of 10, but as it was every 10 days, I added a new mod. So this is me adding the new mod. But I spawned random horror mod, so now I need suggestions for horror mods. In fact, I'm going to leave you guys to give me suggestions while I go refill my water. So I'll be back. You guys have time. You are allowed to Google it. I've returned. So, from the fog, that is the Herobrine mod that I'm already going to add if I roll that, so I'm not going to add that to the list. Mimicker. Let me see what that one is. So it isn't the right version. Okay. Lovely. Okay, I guess we can add the Mimicker to the list, which is horrifying. Mimicker. We got Eyes of the Darkness. I've apparently already looked it up. Oh, I've played with this mod before. Is it in the right version? Yes. Okay. This one seems like a much lighter mod than the other ones. We'll do Eyes in the Darkness too. Okay, let's see. Quiet. Don't disappear. I just need you to be quiet. Okay, we'll do the Irritator. Okay. Does anyone have any more ideas, or are we going with these 7? Alrighty then, let's go. Oh, please be one that I'm not gonna hate. Okay, I can deal with Herobrine. That's fine. I'm good with that. Okay, let me save this What is something eventually? In fact, just in case it shows something I don't want it to, you guys get this screen. Alright, now let me add that to the pack. Okay, do we configure the Herobrine mod at all to like try to make it do more things, or do we say it's good as is and just start playing? Alright. I think I'm just gonna turn off the music for now. I can do in-game music if need be. Alright, now get ready for more Minecraft. Yippee. Gonna run to the bathroom and let's get in. I've returned. There we go. Alright, perfect. Let me first, I'm going to make a backup of this world because I'm smart. I still have to fucking complete that mob farm. Alright. Load on in. I know at some point I need to go on a massive mining trip again because I have lost all of the resources that I got from that last one because we switched Allomancy mods. Unless you guys decree that I get those resources back, I have none of them. Which I want to specify, the modded ores I don't have anymore. It's like all the gold and iron and stuff like that I'll still have, but like if I go down here to my... Am I warm? I don't want to be warm. Why am I becoming warm? Oh! Whoa! Huh? So do you also cool me down? Or does it have to be that side? Okay. So I think I just don't have any device anymore, which is fine. Okay, I think my gain is also entirely too loud. Maybe a bit lower. Yeah, this is the chest that had all of them. And to be fair, getting them back at a cost would kind of just be go mining. Oh, and also, I now have Duralumin. And then I need a metal vial, which I craft using... I don't... Oh, shit. That wasn't supposed to happen. Why did you crash? But you know, I don't have the Cave Dweller, I have Herobrine. Yeah, it crashed, huh. Here, you guys get in the screen for a little bit. Huh. Well, here's hoping that doesn't happen again. That would suck. There's a chance that what also might need to happen is I might need to go back to the 1.18 version and use that other Elemency mod for now and just hope I can figure out how to get my metal lines back. Because let's see, do any of... Yeah, none of these mods really need an update. When did you get updated? You haven't been. So why did you fix? Because that's the weirdest thing of all from rewatching it was realizing that the mod wasn't broken last time I played. Okay, let's try this again. Oh boy. I just wanted to see how to make an Elementic mod. See, is it just... Okay, JI in general causes a crash. Um, that's weird. I have never had issues with JI. Let me get REI. Luckily, there are alternatives to JI out there. I just haven't had to use them before. also really hope my push to meet button is working, because I'm trying to blow my nose and such, and I really don't want that to be caught on my mic. Alright. Sick. That's what I am. Now we might get a wide Mojang jump scare. Maybe. If my game even launches. Mojang jump scare! Woo! The fan favorite. I don't know if it's actually a fan favorite, but I know I like seeing it. Okay, so here's to hoping that it's all fixed now, and I don't have to worry about that ever again, and that I'm gonna open everything and it's gonna be fine. It is. Hello. It's gonna look a little different in here. Never mind, it barely looks different. So let's see, vial. Okay, so it's just glass and an iron nugget. Luckily, I've got both of those on hand. So there's my metal vial. Let's fill it with iron. I did already change the keybind. Oh, this looks a bit different because yeah, so one difference you're going to see is it has this block outline for everything, which I can turn on config. I've chosen not to yet. And also I can see the blocks in the ground, which is neat. Fuck. I don't know why I'm trying to hide my keybinds. I was going to try to hide me changing my keybinds, but there's no point in that. Also, bye! Thanks for joining us when you did. I greatly appreciate it. So to pull, I want to click. To push, I want to other click. And as far as I'm aware, writing and soothing are still broken in this version. Right. Wait. Are you telling me they work in this version? Fuck, now I wish I had my ores. So let me go check. Yep, that pulls me. It doesn't pull me as sharply as the other one does. So we'll see how climbing up this works. Oh, fuck. Okay. Problem solved, I guess. So now, the other question is, if I throw some bars there, if I go to the bottom, will I be able to pull on those like I wanted to originally? Because basically, if you haven't seen the last stream, it was basically I got through those last 2 days. Where's my... Okay, good. Well, where's the other... Okay, so apparently I don't have a constant overlay of what day it is unless I have a clock and everything right now. Anyway, the last stream was basically me going through day 48 and 49 and
getting to day 50 and just being like, what the fuck am I doing? What was I doing? Until we got to the point where we are now, where I realized, hey, I just need to watch all my VODs. And so that's what I spent the last couple of days doing, and now I actually know what's going on. Alright, we're gonna do 25%. Tell me, don't tell me when it's too loud now. Well, no, still tell me if it's too loud, but also tell me if it's too quiet. I also didn't realize that I lost a heart last time, or during one of the previous streams. So if you notice, I actually have one heart less than I'm supposed to. Because I managed to keep consistently rolling lose a heart when I would spin the wheel. Yeah, now we're back to the normal shenanigans. Ryan is supposedly somewhere here. In fact, it'll be really fun when I edit the stream and I get to go back and be like, oh shit, there he was! Or if somehow I don't see him at all during this, be like, oh shit, where was he? You know, because I don't know if you guys have ever, like, hey, there he was. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have ever seen From the Fog, but it's known for being very subtle. So, like, it's mostly just going to be stuff out of, like, the corner of my eye. Also, I did add Kyrios earlier because I was like, oh yeah, I should do that because it's a really useful mod without realizing that it was in my mod list to add for a reason. And I did mean to remove it before the stream, but I simply did not get around to it. But you know, I'm just not going to use Kyrios unless I roll it on the wheel spin. I will also say I did also add, I think, a couple things to the actual wheel. And we can take a look at those after I sleep. But you know, honestly, Herobrine was the best thing I could have rolled with this because he's not destructive. So I'm not gonna like play with this mod, come back to my house and find it destroyed. Well, he can burn down your house, but I might have to turn that feature on in order for him to be able to do it. That's not right. Huh. Um, hmm. Give me one moment. I'm going to go look at the config files for that mod because this is not day 2. Okay, let's see. Config U. What if we try server days? we're gonna hope that that worked. I'm going to save and quit out of the game. Well, no, I'm not gonna quit out of the game. I'm gonna save and quit out of the world. Let's take you back into it. Wow, you can see the game again. So I don't trust that button yet, which is why there's like a pause between when it transitions and when I'm like, wow, you can see the game again. But when I trust that, it's gonna be fucking amazing because I'll be able to actually swap to the game without having to worry about like opening my fucking thing. Okay. At least the clock knows what day it is. So I also... Okay. Oh, also, I do have a new Minecraft skin. It's one based off of a drawing that Sam made because, for context of how long it's been since I last streamed Minecraft, the guy that is my skin now has lore. Granted, he had lore before, like, not fleshed out lore. He has lore, and also his name is no longer Yoda. So, a lot has changed with him. Alright. I can't quite reach that. The new name for Yoda is now Theodore Amaro. Oh, that mute button also comes in handy, because hopefully I just muted myself coughing loud. Alright, she's gone now. That's perfect. Maybe that. For more context of how long it's been, because I'm an adult now, which I'm an adult now, I'm not as worried about having my name in, or my name I'm less worried about too, I still don't plan on sharing it. But like my age, so since the last stream of this, I have not only turned 18, but also turned 19. Or since the last stream, I started working at a water park, stopped working at that water park, and started working at that water park again. So just a lot of things have changed in my life, to the point that some of them are just the same now. Rude. Aren't you a little bit older than me? Wow. Double standards. Can't believe this shit. Suddenly I'm old just because I'm the streamer guy. Is this village still weirdly cold? No! No! No, the village isn't cold anymore! How am I gonna get my ice now? I think the answer is I won't. Um, did anyone else see that? Okay, hold on, hold on. Hang on just a moment. For two reasons, actually. Okay, might be able to breathe out of one nostril soon. Okay, let me pull up a thing. I think it's that one that shows it. Yep. Okay, so I already determined on a previous live stream that it doesn't actually matter if I show this. Um, so let's catch right on up to the present. I think it was. I didn't think it was initially. You can actually see it a little bit right there. I thought that was just a horse. Let me. Can I? Hello. Can I full screen this? Let me know if it still is. Granted, it's not actually full screened. There we go. Yeah, can you see what I see? Can you see the actual thing? Okay. So I kind of just walked past it. It was on this side of the screen. Then I circle back around because I'm like, oh shit, village stuff isn't working. Right there. It's a bit hard to tell with the compression, but that was a skeleton horse. And the reason I think it's a Herobrine thing, which you can see it much better now, is that well, that's interesting. Anyway, I'll be right back. Why is my chat broken? What'd you guys do? Alright, go ahead and talk again.
Hello? Chat? What? Oh, there we go. There we go. It somehow did it out of order, but ah shit, my scroll thing happened. I cannot express how annoying it is that because, okay, Gremlin, to explain what happened and the reason, not the reason, but the reason why I like keep talking about a scroll thing happening is in previous streams I've shown how I see chat, and the way I see it is there's this little transparent rectangle that's on the side of my screen, and that's where I can see the chat, but I can't interact with it in any way. But the annoying thing is when someone sends messages in quick succession, or two different people send messages in quick succession, it doesn't scroll down. And the issue with that is because it doesn't scroll down, the only way to fix it is to completely like go in the settings of the like actual fucking go into the settings of my Streamlabs, which is what I use to, stream, and I have to turn off my ability to see chat and turn it right back on. It's so annoying. Anyway, I think I'm gonna start mining more cobblestone. Oh, lag. Where did all that? Is it because I'm looking at the stream? It might be because I'm looking at the stream. I did switch tabs, but don't worry, you're not missing much. I'm literally just closing things. It's annoying enough that what I might do is I have an iPad that I don't use anymore. I might genuinely rig it up so I can just read chat on that. Hello, Minecraft. Minecraft. Talk to me. There we go. I might just rig it up so I can see chat on that iPad. Christ almighty. Is it because I have my fucking file explorer open? Here, let me even minimize Chrome. But, anyway, I might just rig up my iPad to show chat, like, next to me on my desk. Holy, oh my god. Mining cobblestone has never been so hard to do. What are my frames at? It says they're at 60. Have we seen him? Or are you just quoting things? But, I think... I don't know how long I'm going to stream today, honestly. I may honestly just go for the 5 days and just hope and pray that I finish this mob farm. But you know, hopefully, what I can do. Ow. Ow. Is finish up this mob farm, and then right after that, in like the next 5 days we have, depending on what I roll. Okay, the slag is actually deadly now. Oh, also, speaking of deadly, one of the things that is still active for me to possibly have to deal with is, I agreed that, so I rolled hardcore mode once, and I decided instead of it being actual hardcore mode, so I don't just lose everything, that instead it was, like, if I... Hello? Jesus Christ. I don't know if it'll help the lag. But instead of actually doing hardcore mode, and then if I die, I just lose everything and have to restart the series, it's instead, if I die, I have to spin the wheel twice for that death. Hello. There's Brian. Yeah, it really is that meme, isn't it? This is what I get for still having my laptop. But also, I don't have the money to try to buy a better computer right now. Move. Okay, I think after I finish this part, I'm going to take a second to see what application is swallowing all of my frames, and then close whatever it is. It's even making my task manager slow. It's gonna suck if it's just Minecraft or Streamlabs. Nope, it's Chrome. Alright, hopefully my frames will do a bit better. Oh, why the fuck? I refuse to count that death because that was bullshit. That was a bullshit death. I refuse to count that as my hardcore death. Considering I can't even fucking run to get my stuff. If you guys force me to, I will count that as my hardcore death, but I personally don't think that was fair. The kind of point behind the hardcore deaths is it's something I can avoid, and so if I die, it's a skill issue. That there was not a skill issue. That there was a lag issue. See, the sad thing is, I feel like the best solution I'd have in order to get rid of this lag is, like, restart my computer. But the only issue with that is if I do that, I have to restart the stream too. Alright, guess we're on day 3, technically. I guess my clock is just going to be off for those counts. Which might mean I just need to get rid of the mod that does that, which would suck, because nostalgia. Okay, come on. Okay. You're shitting me. Really? Okay. Yeah, if we're all in agreement, that death does not count. That was not a valid death. Oh. Hello. If I die to lag again, it's still not in my control. I can be as careful as I want, but the moment my computer lags, I don't have control over my player. Maybe that's the real secret of Herobrine. He just lags your computer out so much that you die. I also think one thing that might help me is after this stream is over, I'm going to add a couple performance-enhancing mods to this mod pack. Just, you know, maybe, but like, I have used the mod before, and I haven't had this issue. So it could just be the mod is laggy, but I think it's more so... I think it's more so a case of just my computer lagging, because my computer... It is good for what it is. That is all I can give it. I'm very grateful to have it, but it has its moments. And when I say that, I do not mean that in a good way. I doubt it's the world, because if you watch the, like, VODs and stuff, you'll see that I have little lag spikes, but nothing this bad and nothing for this long. It may be related to me updating the world, but also that in itself shouldn't cause this much issue. I could see it being that just 1.19.2 is a less stable version than 1.18.2 is, which is kind of easy to argue because I'm pretty sure there's more versions of Minecraft past 1.19.2, but there's, like, as in more 1.19 versions, but there's not past 1.18.2. So it could be related to that. I have no clue. I just know it's annoying. We do one more along this row and then. So damn it, I've been too hydrated today, so now I need to go to the bathroom again. Which means I will be right back again. You know, that phrase has started popping up in my head as like something to say to my friends. And I don't know if you referenced it and then like later on I saw the thing you referenced, or if you just came up with that on your own, and now I'm referencing you, but it has been reoccurring. You know, Corvid, if you're still here, let me basically sum up what's going on. This is a world where I have a wheel that I have to spin every 5 days, and whatever happens on that wheel, I have to do. We also have some additional rules tacked on, like every 10 days initially, but now it's gone down to 5, I add a new mod. And the one that was added this time was a random horror mod, and I ruled Herobrine for the random horror mod, so that's why you might see him pop up somewhere. I don't even know where he'll be. And then I also have the Alamancy and Farrakami mod. Speaking of which, I'm supposed to spin a wheel for that. Guess, well, fuck, I closed the tab. Guess what, guys? I gotta pull up the Alamancy wheel real quick. Maybe I should just get an application for my wheels. See if there's something I can install. But yeah, no, every 2 days. Did I press the wrong button? I don't think I did. I just think it can't detect the right thing. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and load the new wheel real quick while my Streamlabs is realizing that I opened a new thing. And then... Yeah, that's not open either. Game. Not game. You're not a game. There we go. Wheel time! We're down to just 5. But you know, I also have the Alamancy mod from the book Mistborn, and every 2 days I get a new Alamancy ability, like thus. Cadmium. I want steel. Alright, well now I got to do Cosmere powers, give Alamancy cadmium. So now I have cadmium, which I can't do anything with right now because I have no cadmium. Ugh. Fuck. That was very dangerous. Did not like that. That almost ended horribly. Okay, I think I'm just going to close the wheel tab for now. And I'll just suffer with my Streamlabs being weird. Oh, God damn it. No. God damn it. Again? I'm going to murder someone. I guess that's a new thing. I don't know if you guys heard, but I just heard footsteps sound running up to me. Okay. Up and up. That was lag. If you ever see me jump sideways off a cliff, it's fairly safe to assume that I was lagging. I don't tend to jump sideways off cliffs intentionally. Which, granted, I suppose it could be, like, reaction to a jump scare. But no, that one was full-on lag. Which it seems to really like hitting the moment I try to jump onto this wall. So I think the thing that pisses me off the most is I move with more grace than that, typically. Hello. That actually jump scared me slightly. I don't know if you guys saw him. You know, I move with more grace than that typically. So usually it's not a problem when something like that happens. But considering I wasn't moving myself, that's where the issues pop up. Okay. Let's go to sleep. It's gonna tell me that it's day like 4, even though it's day 52. I'll also definitely, well, yeah, day 53. I think I'll also definitely keep this to a 5-day stream, considering the fact that I'm, sick. If I feel better later this week, though, I'll definitely stream some more. Yeah, I'm guessing just one of the things this mod adds is sound effects. Because I thought I just heard someone mining nearby me. I'm just glad I didn't get something like the Cave Dweller, because that would genuinely suck. Well, I guess it might not suck that much if I didn't go in any caves. But, like, overall, it'd suck. Hello. Jesus Christ. You scared me more than Herobrine has. And then I'll run home and grab whatever emeralds I might have to see if I can buy that special iron pick off of Mr. Villager over there. Yeah, that tends to be. Yeah, makes sense, too. Being here. Aha, I do have enough. Yeah, but I don't quite have access to super girls in this world yet. Me being me, I probably will if Create ever gets added. But, as of right now, I don't know why I was about to... Stop running away from me. That's the least threatening thing you could ever say to a person, is stop running away from me. But, if I ever get Create in this world, I will almost definitely make a super drill. I'll be really interested to see when I do eventually edit this. Or even just if I end up rewatching it just to double check that, like, I don't slip up or anything, or chat doesn't slip up while I'm gone. But, like, I'll be really interested to see if there were more scares that happened that I didn't catch. And, like, honestly, if I find a bunch of them, I might make a mini compilation of scares for both ones I saw and ones I didn't. Hopefully something that's actually in my control that I can be mad at myself about, not just my computer. Because it's being helpless to the thing that kills me that annoys me. People like looking around to give it a chance to jump scare me, and then it just doesn't.
That's awfully rude. Oh, shit. It's just died. That's fine. See, now that death would have been entirely valid. Like, if I die coming up to this farm, I'll be a bit pissed off, but it's a fair death. That is 100% in my control. That would be 100% a skill issue. I just keep looking out in the corner of my eye, because I know he can burn down houses, I just don't know if that's enabled in the conflict. And if he can burn down houses, I don't want him to burn my house down. I like that house. I think I did a pretty good job with it. Okay, if I do manage to finish this here now, I think I'll probably spend the next couple of days just working on my house. I'm not gonna chance that. We're gonna ride some water down. That's right, I forgot. I could unintentionally make the area down here mod farm too. Great. So here's the fun part. I now need to... Okay, here. Let me take myself down to here. Ow. Oh, fuck. Fuck. Oh, shit. I might go doing this. I'm gonna let myself heal first. I'm gonna be a smart cookie, and I'm gonna let myself heal. That would have been really funny, yeah. Because there is no arguing that being anything other than a skill. Fortunately, didn't happen. I didn't think about how I'd have to live with myself having died to something as stupid as that. Sun's already going down. We're about to be on the last day. In fact, I think I'll sleep before I worry about that. Ooh, what are you selling now?
Yeah, what I'd expect. How did that cobblestone get there? I don't know. Where'd you see him? Oh, wait. Wheel time. Why do you hate me? Oh. Here, we can check that out. We're gonna do this first, but after this we can check that out. Damn, really? Steel is gonna be my last one, I guarantee it now. Okay, it won't let me save that. That's a bit weird, but that's fine. So you know how I'm pulling on metals to like get myself up to the top of my mob farm? Steel lets me push on them instead. Okay. So I'm in an awkward situation. I need to turn off all the lights in here and get rid of my iron bars. Let's do Torch on the offhand. Okay. Get that burning. Oh, fuck. Ow. Shit. 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 Okay, I did it. So now, ta-da! I have a mob farm that, in all reality, is probably not even going to function. And if you're wondering why it's probably not going to function, that is because there's still a bunch of caves around my house, and mobs are more likely to spawn in those caves than here. Did I ever make a stone cutter? Because if not, I should. I feel like I didn't. I think I saw Herobrine on my staircase. Here, let's go. No, we're gonna. You know, we're gonna wait until the stream's over, and then we're gonna check out one what Gremlin thinks they saw. I struggled with that sentence. Shut up. Um, and then to see if I just saw him there.
turn that into stairs. We do that. I guess I can do that there. That can be my way onto my roof while I construct it. Alrighty. You know, all things considered, even with all of the lag, this stream has gone pretty well so far. Oh, and, you know, me being sick, that's another downside. I've gotten all of my, well, not all of them, but I've gotten my two main obstacles. Or, no, not both of them. I got one big obstacle out of the way, being that mob farm. And then I'm in the process of getting the second big obstacle out of my way, that being my house. I'm going to add that little extra bit of outcropping here. And do that over here too. So that'd be like that. I don't think I'll be able to finish my roof today, though. I think that'll have to be a next stream thing. Because I also don't think I have enough resources to finish my roof today. I don't know why I ate that so fast. I also feel like I've gotten slightly better at the, like, I guess quote-unquote streamer talk, is how my brain wants to put it. Of, like, just basically yapping. I've become more professional as a yapper. I try not to let there be as much blank space as I used to. We'll be spinning it this stream because the way we do it is we spin it prior to ending stream so that during the next stream, like as you probably noticed with the thumbnail in this stream, I made that right before. You wouldn't know that I made it right before this. Well, you might. Anyway, I made the thumbnail for the stream right before I started the stream, so knowing what I'm going to do in the next stream really helps with that, because it means that instead of like just having to kind of guess what the stream's going to be about, I know for a fact what it's going to be about. So like if you look at the prior streams I've done, you'll see that in all of them the thumbnail has something to do with what happens in the stream, and all of those thumbnails were made prior to their streams happening. In fact, if you look, I can't remember which stream it was, but on one of my streams, at the very end of it, I showed off how I make the thumbnails. And that's typically a process I do right before I start stream. See, I think as time goes on, most of my friends are. I know before Sam's computer was broken, during one of my prior 100 Days streams, she mentioned in chat how she really wanted me to roll Add a Friend because at that time I had it so that if I got that one, it would 100% be Sam, which I'm less 100% on that now, partially for the fact of her computer's broken, so she can't do it anyway, and partially just for the fact that I want to give you guys a chance to be here if possible. But that's why it'll just be a wheel spin. And the other nice thing in that case for spinning the wheel prior to ending stream is that means next stream when I come on, or before the next stream even happens, I can arrange with whoever I get on the Add a Friend wheel and get them ready for the next stream if I end up rolling Add a Friend. It is also a struggle for me to talk right now, which is part of the reason why I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end stream after this. Because my nose is now doing absolutely nothing for my airflow, which means I am talking on only a lungful of air, and I cannot breathe in the middle of my sentences without adding a pause. Also, looks like Herobrine hasn't done much to my world. Which, here's the kicker, is if I try to remove the mod and then load the world and it doesn't work, I will have to keep the Herobrine mod, but I'll probably just go in the config and make it not able to do anything. Anyway, thus ends day 54. Alright, well, I don't know what I'm going to get yet, so I won't actually do any of that yet. Alright. If it makes me sign in, you guys will be putting putt on a different thing. No, it didn't. Nice. Okay, load the challenge list. And I'll also do the mod list after the challenge list. So, let me see, where did I add things? Okay, I added 4 things. I added trading hall, like a villager trading hall, a sorting system, manual or automated. Chat adds something, and then a really complicated one of I roll a d20. 1 to 3 is a new world with no inventory, as in we restart the 100 days. This is horrible. Why did I do this? 4 to 6 is a new world, but I keep my inventory, everything in my inventory. 7 to 15 is nothing. Nothing happens. 16 to 19 is 1 free diamond, and 20 is any wheel option of my choosing, I think. Yep, of my choosing. So yeah, that last one is really carrying the weight of the dread. Anyway, wheel time. Please, please, no. Yes, okay. So now I get to give myself a heart and go back up. I think it already put me. I think when I died, it automatically set my hearts to full. That is lame. But that means that I already adhere to what this says. So, done.
So that is the only wheel spin we get of the stream. Unfortunately, but with some of the shit that can be done here. Oof. Okay, anyway, switch. Nope, not switch wheels. Open the mods wheel. My stupid, where did the mods list go? Alamancy wheel. I'm so confused. Okay, apparently this is the Alamancy wheel now. Number 2. It be added. Do we get rid of random Horrormon as an option, or do we keep it as an option? Remove it? Okay. Alright. We got a lot of options. Let's see what we get. Wheel spin. Motherfucker. Can we veto this because I just got done with a different horror mod? What do you guys say? Oh, you can't. Well, that invalidates the wheel spin anyway. But this is what I did get. But because I didn't show it to you guys, it's now no longer valid, so I get to spin again. I'm gonna laugh if it's... Okay, this one I'm actually vetoing because we just did Herobrine. Okay, I guess I get to get security cameras. That's not a very useful... Was that one of the new ones I added, or was that one of the old ones? That was one of the new ones I added. That's so lame. I'm not gonna use that. Why did I do that? Which either way, I've done what I need to with this. Let me close Minecraft real quick. I do normally, but that's when I'm not 50 days into a 100 days challenge. And have nothing to secure against yet. Because the other thing is my main goal is for the next 50 some odd days, I'm going to focus on like actually gearing up for the Ender Dragon fight. Because my plan is to have that happen at the end of the 100 days. Alright, he's willing. Gremlin, what do you say? Also might remove other mods that I think don't fit. Like Lost Cities, I'm not going to find those. Epic Knight I'll keep, because cool armors. Supplementaries and Quark. I'm not going to experience. My colonies I'm not going to be able to do. Okay, I think the rest of these are good. Alright, this is the grand total of, what, 4 mod spins? Just to choose? Okay, this one's kind of in the same boat, but I think I would use this one more because I like the camera mod. Basically, what that mod is it adds a camera I can use to take pictures in game. Waiting for some kind of response in chat before I officially start ending stream. Sick. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I am going to go ahead and end the stream now. Uh, yeah, thanks for joining. Talk to you guys later. And bye-bye now.